There are moments in life, Aquarius, when the invisible threads connecting you to your destiny begin to tighten. Not in a way that restricts you, but in a way that draws you closer to something you have been circling for a long time. You can feel the pull. You can sense that things are rearranging themselves around you, even if you cannot yet see the full picture. And today, I want to walk you through 10 specific indicators that suggest you are aligning with new opportunities right now. Opportunities that could reshape your financial landscape in ways you have not dared to imagine. Signal 1. The first indicator that you are aligning with new opportunities is a sudden restlessness with your current situation. Not the kind of restlessness that comes from anxiety or discontent, but a deeper, more purposeful kind. It is the feeling that something in your life has reached its natural conclusion, that a chapter is ending not because it failed but because it is complete. You have learned what you needed to learn from this phase, and now your soul is ready to move on. This restlessness is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It is a sign that something is right. It means your inner compass is recalibrating, pointing you toward a new direction that is more aligned with who you are becoming. Many people mistake this feeling for dissatisfaction and try to suppress it, to talk themselves out of it, to convince themselves they should be grateful for what they have and stop wanting more. But this is not about ingratitude. This is about growth. And growth, by its very nature, requires movement. Pay attention to this restlessness, Aquarius. Do not fight it. Do not judge it. Let it be the wind in your sails, the force that moves you away from the shore of the familiar and toward the open water of possibility. The universe does not plant restlessness in your heart without also planting the solution somewhere in your path. The new opportunity is already out there, waiting for you to follow the pull that is guiding you toward it. Signal 2. The second indicator is a change in the kind of information you are drawn to. You may have noticed that your interests are shifting. Topics that used to bore you now fascinate you. Books, conversations, and ideas that would have seemed irrelevant a year ago now capture your attention in ways you cannot explain. You find yourself gravitating toward new subjects, new fields of knowledge, new perspectives that feel strangely important, even though you are not sure why. This is not random curiosity. This is your intuition preparing you for what is ahead. The universe often equips you with knowledge before it presents the opportunity that requires it. Think of it as being enrolled in a course before you even know there is an exam. The information you are drawn to right now is the preparation for an opportunity that has not yet fully revealed itself but is already on its way. Follow your curiosity, Aquarius. Do not dismiss it as a whim or a waste of time. The article that catches your eye, the conversation that makes you lean in, the idea that keeps circling back to your mind. These are all pieces of a puzzle that will soon make sense. And when the opportunity arrives, you will be amazed at how perfectly your recent interests have prepared you to recognize it and seize it. Signal 3. The third indicator is a noticeable increase in coincidences that seem to carry meaning. You think about a solution to a problem, and within days, someone mentions exactly the resource you need. You consider exploring a new direction, and an invitation appears that aligns perfectly with that direction. You dream about something specific, and a version of it shows up in your waking life the very next day. These meaningful coincidences, these synchronicities, are the universe's way of confirming that you are on the right track. They are cosmic nods, gentle assurances that the path you are considering is the one you are meant to follow. And the more you notice them, the more frequently they appear, because attention amplifies the signal. Keep a mental record of these synchronicities in the coming weeks. Notice the patterns. Notice how often the universe seems to be speaking directly to you through the events of your daily life. Each coincidence is a breadcrumb on the path to your next opportunity, and together, they form a trail that leads somewhere extraordinary. Trust the trail, Aquarius. It knows where it is going even when you do not. Signal 4. The fourth indicator is a deepening sense of inner authority. You are beginning to trust your own judgment more than you trust the opinions of others. Decisions that used to require consultation with friends, family, or advisors are now being made with a quiet confidence that comes from within. You are listening to your own voice, and for perhaps the first time in years, that voice is clear and steady. This inner authority is not arrogance. It is alignment. It is the natural result of years of experience, reflection, and growth finally crystallizing into a solid foundation of self-trust. And this trust is essential for the opportunities that are approaching. because many of them will require you to make decisions that others may not understand. They will require you to follow a path that has not been traveled before, to trust your instincts when the evidence is inconclusive, to bet on yourself when the world says you should play it safe. The fact that your inner authority is strengthening now is not a coincidence. The universe is building this capacity in you because it knows you are going to need it. The opportunities ahead will not come with instruction manuals. They will come with choices, and the quality of those choices will depend on the depth of your self-trust. So continue to listen to that inner voice, Aquarius. It has been shaped by decades of living, and it is wiser than you give it credit for. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Signal 5. The fifth indicator is a shift in the way you experience time. Days that used to drag now seem to move with a different rhythm. You find yourself more present, more engaged, more aware of the texture of each moment. Time is no longer something you are killing or enduring. It is something you are inhabiting fully, and that shift in your relationship with time is creating space for new possibilities to emerge. When you are truly present, you notice things that a distracted mind misses. You catch the opportunity that flashes by in a conversation. You recognize the significance of an encounter that might otherwise have been forgotten. You see the open door that a preoccupied person would walk right past. Presence is the lens through which opportunities become visible, and your lens is becoming clearer by the day. This heightened presence is also changing the quality of your decisions. When you are fully engaged with the present moment, you make choices based on what is actually happening rather than what you fear might happen or what you wish would happen. Those present moment decisions tend to be far more effective than decisions made from projection or fantasy, because they are grounded in reality, in the actual landscape of your life as it exists right now. Signal 6. The sixth indicator is a pattern of old debts, obligations, or unfinished business beginning to resolve itself. Perhaps someone who owed you money has suddenly reached out to repay it. Perhaps a legal matter that has been hanging over your head is finally moving toward resolution. Perhaps an emotional debt, a conversation you needed to have, an apology you needed to give or receive, is finally being settled. This clearing of old accounts is one of the universe's ways of creating space for new abundance. Think of it as cleaning out a closet before filling it with new clothes. The old obligations have been taking up space in your energy field, occupying bandwidth that could be used for new opportunities. And as they clear one by one, you feel lighter, freer, more available for whatever comes next. Do not resist this process, Aquarius. If old matters are surfacing, let them surface. If unfinished business is demanding your attention, give it your attention. Every account you settle, every loose end you tie up, every piece of old business you resolve creates more room in your life for the new prosperity that is approaching. The universe cannot fill a cup that is already full. By emptying the old, you make room for the extraordinary. Signal 7. The seventh indicator is a new awareness of your own value. Not your financial value, not your market value, but your intrinsic, irreducible, soul-level value. You are beginning to see yourself with kinder eyes. The harsh inner critic that has judged your every move for decades is growing quieter, and in its place a gentler voice is emerging, one that says, "You have done well. You are enough. And you deserve what is coming." This awareness of your own value is directly connected to the opportunities that are aligning for you, because the way you value yourself determines the way the world values you. When you carry yourself with quiet dignity, when you speak about yourself with respect, when you refuse to accept less than you deserve, the universe takes notice. It matches your energy. It sends opportunities that reflect the value you have claimed for yourself. Some people watch, others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This isn't about waiting, it's about moving. Signal 8. The eighth indicator is a growing comfort with uncertainty. For most of your life, uncertainty has been your enemy. You crave certainty, predictability, the comfort of knowing what comes next. And that craving kept you locked in situations that were safe but limiting, familiar but unfulfilling. But something is changing. You are beginning to find a strange peace in not knowing. You are starting to see uncertainty not as a threat but as an invitation, a space where anything is possible. This comfort with uncertainty is one of the most valuable qualities you can develop at this stage of your life, because the greatest opportunities almost always arrive wrapped in uncertainty. They do not come with guarantees or promises. They come with questions, risks, and unknowns. And your willingness to step into that uncertainty, to say yes even when you cannot see the full path, is what separates those who receive abundance from those who watch it pass by. The universe is watching to see how you respond to uncertainty in the coming weeks. It is testing your readiness, gauging your willingness to trust what you cannot yet see. And based on the energy I sense around your sign, you are passing that test with flying colors. You are becoming someone who can hold space for the unknown, and that capacity is about to be rewarded in extraordinary ways. Signal 9. The ninth indicator is a renewed sense of purpose. Something inside you is waking up, Aquarius, something that may have been dormant for years. It is the part of you that knows why you are here, the part that carries a vision of what your life is meant to be. And that vision is becoming clearer, more vivid, more compelling with each passing day. This renewed purpose is not about grand ambitions or world-changing plans. It is about something much more personal and intimate. It is about knowing in the quiet center of your being that there is something you are meant to do, be, or create in this next chapter of your life. And that knowing is pulling opportunities toward you like a magnet, because when you have clarity of purpose, the universe conspires to support it. The opportunities that are aligning for you right now are not random. They are specifically connected to this emerging purpose. They are the resources, connections, and circumstances that your purpose requires to manifest. And the more clearly you can articulate that purpose, even just to yourself, the more efficiently those opportunities will find their way to you. Signal 10. The 10th and final indicator is perhaps the most subtle but also the most powerful. It is a quiet, persistent feeling that your life is about to change. Not the anxious anticipation of someone hoping for the best, but the calm certainty of someone who knows. You cannot point to any single piece of evidence. You cannot explain it logically, but deep in your bones, in the part of you that has always known things before they happened, there is a knowing that something significant is approaching. Trust that knowing, Aquarius. It is your most reliable guide, more accurate than any analysis, more dependable than any prediction, more trustworthy than any advice from the outside world. Your inner knowing has been developed over a lifetime of experience, and it is speaking to you now with unusual clarity. Something is coming, something good, something that will validate every struggle, every disappointment, every moment of doubt you have ever experienced. The 10 indicators I have described are not things you need to create or manufacture. They are things to recognize, to notice, to honor. They are already happening in your life, and the fact that you are aware of them means you are in a state of receptivity that makes you a powerful magnet for abundance. The universe sends opportunities to those who are ready to receive them, and your readiness right now is extraordinary. Do not let the coming weeks pass without paying attention. Be alert to the signs. Be open to the unexpected. Be willing to say yes to things that challenge your comfort zone. Because the opportunities that are aligning with your sign are real, they are imminent, and they are specifically designed for someone with your unique combination of wisdom, experience, resilience, and heart. You have been preparing for this moment your entire life, Aquarius. Every experience, every lesson, every joy and every sorrow has brought you to this point of alignment. And now, as the universe opens its hand to offer you what it has been holding, your only task is to open your own hand to receive it. Not with grasping, not with desperation, but with the quiet, steady confidence of someone who knows beyond all doubt that they are exactly where they are meant to be. You have two options after this video: close it and hope things shift, or decide that the next 21 days will be different. If you choose the second, the structured 21-day transformation aligned with your sign is waiting in the pinned comment. The energy is already moving, the only question is whether you are.